Your communication is awful. Today, we're going to learn how to fix that, and we're going to learn how to use this shiny little thing called a microphone so that you can stop struggling with communication in-game and stop making your teammates so angry at you. It's a very hard thing to understand, and to be honest with you guys, it's something that you constantly have to improve, but a lot of us just absolutely suck with it. We're no comming, we're doing so many negative things. I'm going to teach you from my experience in FPL, playing at a high level, how to communicate like a pro so we can stop tossing our face in matches in our matchmaking games. So stay tuned. But first, another key to succeeding is having some juicy CS2 skins. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about this site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. In order to have good communication inside of the game, we must have the ability to give live updates to what is going on around the map. This means not just communicating what is in front of us, but also requesting information from our teammates across the board. Think about Counterstrike in a 2D sense for a second. We are constantly looking for gaps in the opponent's setups and constantly trying to make sure that our setups have no gaps. Proper communication is going to allow us to understand our weak areas and what is going on around the map. Essentially, having this communication is going to allow us to draw a mental image of what is going on and what is happening off of our screens. If I am a B player on Mirage, I should be able to draw a picture for my teammates through my comms to help them understand what is going on my side of the map. Always update your comms to help them pinpoint what the other team is doing. A phrase you may hear inside of your matches is updating the comms. This essentially means that you are refreshing the information that you've already handed out earlier in the round. You may have spotted an enemy in B apartments early, and now you want to let the team know what the enemy is doing, right? If they've left, if they're still there, and just letting them know so that they can refresh that image. Now in their mind, they can picture where the enemy can be at and the timings that are open. It can also be a way to let your teammates know what they are about to be fighting. You could say, this guy is 20 health, the last player has the up. You are essentially just letting them know how they should fight the last players alive or the players that are left in the match. One thing that you must avoid though is over-comming. Over-communication can actually hurt your team because they cannot focus and hear vital information like footsteps or reloads. This is why it is important to understand what is important to communicate and what isn't. Updating your team on the positions of enemies is always great communication. Like I said earlier, they need to know where the other team is in order to make their own decisions and risks. Another great use of communication is telling your teammates what you are actively doing. Right? So anytime you shift positions or make a play, it's a great idea to tell your teammates. This can be as simple as saying, I'm pushing through B, or I'm rotating to A site now. This allows them to mentally understand the gaps that are open and which setups they should be sliding into. No comm rotations and pushes are so bad because your team gets hurt from not knowing where and how they should react, right? So another great way to communicate is to ask your teammates for things. You can say, hey, can you double up with me? Or, hey, can you drop me a flash so that I can pop you guys into connector? These are inherently going to give your team more cohesiveness and make it so that you are one unit instead of 5 individual players doing their own thing across the map. When you are dead, your communication can be extremely vital to your team. You can provide them with information they may have not seen or be aware of. You can help organize your team or let your players know when they are holding the same angle as their teammate, right? So if two people don't know that they're holding the same angle in a retake, this could be detrimental to your team winning or losing. So you need to let them know, right? It's just really good. You can facilitate the plan for your team from the grave and almost be an IGL for the round. But just be extremely careful not to overdo this because that can be a very bad thing. Now let's talk about some of the things that you should never do while communicating with your team. The biggest thing that I think that you should avoid is mic spamming. Mic spamming is absolutely awful to deal with, and any sensible player will literally just mute you. for the rest of the game. It's just bad. So please lay off the music and the soundboard during the live rounds. It's not fun, you know, past the first time you do it. Another huge thing you need to watch out for is backseat gaming. It is just a red flag for Counter-Strike.
Close to left side, icon, top left. Yes, yes, you saw him. Ramp, shadow. Not shadow, but this roof and ramp, yes. Icon, right, ramp. Ramp, here, or shadow.
Please only provide minimal helpful comments for your teammates while you are dead. Do not be the player telling them exactly how they should play down to the steps you are taking. So I've had this happen to me in live matches where I have a guy with 200 hours in the game telling me exactly how I should be walking and moving and reload here, do this. And it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I've had players telling me to constantly reload after shooting 5 bullets. Stop backseat gaming. It's so annoying. Just, you know, 90% of the time, keep your mouth shut and just, you know, watch what's happening in case they don't see something, and then you can help them through that. You know, you could just tell your teammates things like, there's nobody on B site right now, or bomb is down in spawn. These communications and these comms allow you to help them make a decision without stepping on their toes. It gives them the option to act off of your information or not, so that they don't feel like they're getting backseat gamed. For all my hyperactive players out there, please stop repeating comms unnecessarily. I know it can be so hard because I did this all the time through my time pugging and on teams at first, but try to focus on saying your phrases only once. I know it can be hard in the heat of the moment, but I was flamed so much in the past for doing this, and it just clogs up the comms when you're stuttering and shouting nonsense over and over again. One time, that's all you need to say things, unless they're super urgent, right? So unless you need to get your teammates' attention and it's the whole round is in, and depending on these comms, then you can be like, you know, 5B, right? Like you're saying it over and over. There's 5 players coming at you B. But yeah, so now that you guys know the basics to communicating, you can make sure that you are more professional with the way you communicate. Your future teammates will thank you for this. Make sure to send this video to somebody who you think needs better communication. Send it to your FACEIT teammates. And also, I want to say, if you want to become a member of this channel, you can support me like that, and you can get your name on every single one of my videos, which is amazing. So peace out.